Hi digital marketers, this is Faisal Amin. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll show you how to set up complete Facebook pixel e-commerce tracking, which is ViewContent, add to cart, checkout, purchase event by using of Google Tag Manager. So let's get started. First thing first, I presume that you already set up Facebook pixel and also connected with your website by using of Google Tag Manager. If you not, just look out the video descriptions. I will provide it a link. You can check it out from that, then come back to this tutorial. So this is our Google Tag Manager. We are created also in the first video, and that is our tag. We are already set up Facebook page view event. Now time to create a view content event. For the view content event, we have to firstly check out that our data layer is connected with our website or not. So go to the preview and check it out. So go to the preview, and that is our website, connect, and that is our website. And you can see that in the right side, our tag assistant connected with our website. So for the view content event, we just open a product, that is a product page, and that is called the view content event. Now back to the Google Tag Assistant and check out that in the data layer our view content is showing or not. In the left side we can see that our view item event is working, and you can expand this. You can see that our all of parameter are showing here. So now let's create a view content event for e-commerce tracking. So create a new tag, click the tag configuration and select the Facebook pixel. And in the Facebook pixel ID, we are already created a constant value. We just put this value from it, that is Facebook pixel ID, and the event name will be the view content, that is the standard event for Facebook. Now we are setting up some parameters for view content event. So click the object properties, and here we add the property. So for the view content event, we have to some require parameter which must be sent in the Facebook, which event parameter we have to create. So first one is content type. Now question is, how can we find out this property name? Here is a guideline from facebookdevelopers.com, and here we can see that standard parameters and all of the parameters listed in here. I will also giving this link on the description box. You can check it out. So if you have any kind of spelling mistake, then your event is not working perfectly. So my recommendations, if you are new in this tracking sector, then you can copy from the all of parameter name and then paste to you Google Tag Manager. So first one is content type. Just I am copy it and back to Google Tag Manager, and here we are putting this property name. Now we are put the values for the content type. We have to provide the static value, which is product, and now we have to put the second one, that is content name. Just we are going to the standard event parameter and copy the content name from it and back to the Google Tag Manager and paste the content name. Now we're creating the value. For value, we have to click the plus sign and click also the plus sign, and variable configuration will be the data layer variable. Here we're putting the data layer variable name. So for this variable, we have go to the Google Tag Assistant, and here we can see that our content name will be the item name. So how can we pick that? Firstly, we have to start the e-commerce. We can see that second bracket is called object. After object, we will be insert the dot sign. So firstly, we have to copy the e-commerce from the data layer and back to Google Tag Manager, paste the e-commerce dot for the second bracket. And in the item, we can see that in the items, we can find out the item name. So we have to pick the items. So copy from it, that is items, and Google Tag Manager, and paste the items dot and back to again Google Tag Assistant. In the items, we can see the third bracket is called array. For array, we have to insert a value, that is 0. So we have to put the 0 for array, and again dot, and finally we have to pick the item name. So copy the item name and back to the data layer variable section, paste the item name. Now we're giving the variable name, that is DLV item name. Save it, and we are insert our property value. Now third one is content ID. So again we go to our standard event parameter, and here we can see that content ID. So copy the ID and back to the Google Tag Manager, paste it as a property name. Now time to property value. For the value we are clicking the plus sign. Again we click the plus sign, and the variable configurations, we are pick the data layer variable. For the data layer variable name, it is the same process. Now we back to the tag assistant and find out the item ID. So firstly we have to copy the e-commerce, paste it, dot, and then items, paste it again, dot, and for the third bracket we have to put the 0 and dot, put the 0, then dot, and finally we have to pick our targeted event parameter, which is item ID. So copy item ID and back to tag manager, just put the item ID. We are done, just giving the variable name, that is DLB item ID. Save it, and now we are again giving the property, that is value. So we are again in the standard parameter name. Here we can see the values. Copy the value and paste the value as a property name. Now time to property value. For the property value we have to click the plus sign, and again plus sign, variable configuration, data layer variable, and the tag assistant we have to pick the value. Then firstly pick the e-commerce dot items dot, and for the array we are putting the 0 dot. So finally you pick the price. So copy the price and just paste it. We are giving the data layer variable name, that is DLB item price. Save it. Again we have to create another property name, that is our last property name, which is currency. So go to the standard parameter, currency, we are copy from the standard parameter, then back to Google Tag Manager and paste the currency. Here we click the plus sign for the property value, click it, and again the plus sign, and variable configuration, click the data layer variable, and we can see that currency. So we can just pick the e-commerce dot and the currency. Copy the currency and back to Google Tag Manager, paste the currency. So finally giving the variable name, that is DLB currency. Save it. Now time to create a trigger. So click the triggering and plus sign, triggering configuration, click the custom event, and here we putting the event name. So go back to Google Tag Assistant. As a event, we have to copy the view item from the Google Tag Assistant and paste the event name, that is view item. And here we are giving the trigger name, that is event view item. Save it. We are completed all of the process, just giving the tag name. It is FB ViewContent. Save it. Now we go to the preview option and check out that our view item event is perfectly working or not. So go to the preview, continue, and that is our website, and tag assistant connected with our website. So go to any product page, and that is our product name, price, and all of that. Now back to the Google Tag Assistant. Here we can see that our FB view content tag is working perfectly. And if you go to the FB view content, and here we can also see that our tag is fired, and our all of event parameters are picking all of value, that is price, content ID, currency, content name, type. And now we are go to the Facebook event manager, In the event manager, we can see that our view content event is showing here, and with the all parameters, that is value, currency, content ID, content type, and content name. So we are successfully set up our view content event for Facebook Pixel by using of Google Tag Manager. So now time to create a add to cart event. So again, the same process, create a new tag, Facebook Pixel, and here we're putting the ID, Facebook Pixel ID, and for the standard event we have to choose the add to cart event, and the object parameters are the same for the add to cart. First one is content type. So for content type will be the product, that is the constant value. Second one is content name. If you are new in the tracking, then you just go to the standard parameters sections and copy from that, because if you have any kind of spelling mistake, then your event is not working perfectly. For the content name, we are just putting the value which we are created for the view content event. We just adding those parameters value which we had created before. So item name, third one is content IDs, that is DLB item ID. Fourth one is value, that is DLB item price. Fifth one is currency, DLB currency. We are almost done. Just we are now creating the trigger. For the new trigger, we have to click the plus sign, and the trigger configuration, custom event, and event name will be the add to cart. You can also copy from your Google Tag Assistant. I'm just putting the event name. So finally giving the trigger name, event add to cart. Save it. Completed all of process. Now giving the tag name, that is FB add to cart. Save it. Now again we are go to the preview option and check out that our add to cart event is working perfectly or not. So for that we are go to the preview option, continue, and that is our website. Then our tag assistant connected with our website. Then we are go to a different product page and just click the add to cart button, and back to our Google Tag Assistant, check out that our add to cart event is working or not. Here we can see that our FB add to cart tag is fired, and in the left side you can click the event name, that is FB add to cart, and click it. Here we can also see that our FB add to cart tag is fired with the all event parameters. Now time to check in our event manager section. We can see that in the event manager sections, add to cart event is working perfectly with the all event parameters, value, currency, content ID, content type, and as well as the name. So we have completed add to cart event perfectly. Now time to create begin checkout event for Facebook Pixel by using of Google Tag Manager. So again, the same process. So for the initiate checkout, firstly you have to create some required variables, because for add to cart and view content event, we have to working with the one product. So for the view content event, we are opening the one product, and add to cart, we have to create the one product. But for the checkout options, we have to working with the multiple products. So we have to create some required variable for the initiate checkout event. So if you are coming into the begin checkout event, so you can see that in the item sections, we have to see the lots of product. Here we can see the first product and also the second product. So we have to create a variable, that is e-commerce items variable. So firstly we have to pick the e-commerce, then items. In the item sections, we have to put all of the product information which we are find out for the begin checkout event. So firstly copy the e-commerce and paste it, dot, finally pick the items. So paste the items and giving the variables name, that is e-commerce items. Save it. So we have to create the second one. So clicking the new and the variable sections, these variables we have to create the custom JavaScript. So click the custom JavaScript And here we're putting a code. This code I will also giving the description box. You can check out from that. Here we can see that DLV commerce items. We have to put our variable which we are created before, because I already told you by this variable we have to pick our all of product informations. So we can find out these variables which we are created before, that is e-commerce items. Click it and we can see that in this code we have to find out item names. We have to put the item's name according to your data layer as it is. If you have data layer is content name, that you have to pick the content name. If you have data layer is another name, then you can pick as it is according to your data layer. So in my case, my data layer is showing the item name, so I just copy the item name from the data layer and back to our Google Tag Manager variable sections and put the item name according to my data layer. So I'm just put my item name, and here also see that our item name are showing according to my data layer. So we are putting item name according to our data layer. So finally we are giving the variable name, that is CGS custom JavaScript, that is for item name. Save it. And now we are creating another variable for the initiate checkout event, that is content ID. So again, we have to clicking the custom JavaScript and paste the custom JavaScript code. Here we also our e-commerce items variable, which we are created before, that is e-commerce items. We put it. Now for the content ID we have to back to our tag assistant and the data layer section. Here we find out our item ID, copy the ID. Again I said that according to your data layer you have to pick your item ID or content ID, whatever your data layer have. So copy the item ID and the item name sections, we have to put the item ID, and again we are also putting the item ID instead of item name. So we are done just to giving the variable name, that is CGS custom JavaScript item ID. Save it. Now we're creating our last variable, that is for the value, because in the initiate checkout event here we are creating the total value variable. So clicking the variable configuration, for that we are pick the data layer variable and back to our Google Tag Assistant. In the data layer we have to pick the total value. You can see that value, and so we are pick the e-commerce dot value. So copy firstly e-commerce dot and back to Tag Assistant and copy the value from it, and again Google Tag Manager paste it. So that is our DLV total value of the product. Save it. We are already created all our required parameter for initiate checkout event. Now go to the tag and create a new tag configuration. Click the Facebook pixel. Here we're putting the Facebook pixel ID. For the standard event, we have to pick the initiate checkout and the object properties. Again, we have to pick the same property name. First one is content type, that is the static value will be the product. If you have the multiple product types, sections, color, whatever you can say, for that case you have to use product group. So in my case I just put the constant value as a product. Second one is content name. Here we're putting our custom JavaScript content name, because for the initial checkout we have to use multiple product. CGS item name, which we are created before. Third one is content IDs, that is also we created custom JavaScript item ID. Pick the CGS item ID. Fourth one is value. Here we put the total value. This variable we have to create it before, that is total value. And finally we have put currency, that is also DLB currency. All of parameters we have to perfectly set up. Now time to triggering. Click the triggering, and for the new trigger, clicking the plus sign, and also click the trigger configuration. That will be the custom event, and we just copy the event name from the Google Tag Assistant and back to the Google Tag Manager. Paste the event name. Here we putting the event. Here we putting the trigger name. That is event begin checkout. Save it. We are almost done all of process. Now giving the tag name, that is FB initiate checkout. Save it. Now again we are go to the testing process and go to the preview section and check out that our tag is fired perfectly or not, as well as our event is working in our Facebook event manager or not. So go to preview option, continue, and again we have to open a multiple product, and also we are clicking the add to cart for the all product. Add to cart. After add to cart process, we have to go to the cart, view cart, and finally we are clicking the proceed to checkout. Now check it out in our Google Tag Assistant. You can see that our FB initiate checkout tag is fired. In the left side, go to the begin checkout and also go to our tag. Here we can see that our FB initiate checkout tag is fired, and we can see that our content IDs, and we can see that all of parameters are showing here. Is the value, all of product are here, ID, all ID are looking here, and total value are showing, and also currency are looking here. Now we back to our event manager and check out that our event is working perfectly or not. Here we can see that our initiate checkout is working perfectly. All of content ID, all of product name. As a variable sections, we are using custom JavaScript code. For that reason, we have to find out that all of content ID and all of content name. The yellow sign doesn't matter. We are just connecting our catalog, our Facebook catalog with our website. After that, the yellow sign will be the not showing here. So finally, we are set up initial checkout event for Facebook Pixel by using of Google Tag Manager. So now time to create a purchase event for Facebook Pixel. So for that, we have created new tag, and the tag configuration, click the Facebook Pixel. Here we're putting the Pixel ID, which we have created before as a constant variable. For the standard event, we have to pick the purchase event. So click the purchase, and object parameters, as usual, we have to add property name. So first one is content type, that is value will be the static product. Second one is content name. Here we're using the custom JavaScript variable which we are created for the initial checkout event. So we are finding the CGS item name, put it. Third one is content IDs. Again, we have to put custom JavaScript item ID, that is CGS item ID, put it. Fourth one is value. We are again giving the total value and the currency with the currency. For the purchase event, we have to adding more one property name, that is order ID. So for that, we have to create a value. For that, we have to create a new variable for that. So click the plus sign, and also click the plus sign for creating a new variable. In the variable configuration, click it and click the data layer variable. So now put the variable name. For that, we have go to the Google Tag Assistant, and you can see the left hand side our purchase event showing here. So click the purchase event and find out the order ID. For the order ID, GA4 schema showing that the transaction ID. So we have to pick the transaction ID for the order ID variable. So firstly, pick the e-commerce, copy the e-commerce, paste it, dot and secondly pick the transaction ID. So copy the transaction ID from that and paste the transaction ID. Finally, we are giving the variable name, that is DLB order ID. So save it. We are putting all of parameter. Now time to create a triggering. So click the triggering. For the new trigger, we have to click the plus sign and tag configurations, click the custom event. For the event name, we have to go to the tag assistant. So copy the event name purchase and paste the event name. Finally, then giving the trigger name, that is event purchase. Save it. We are done all of process, just giving the tag name, that is AB purchase. Save it. We are now time to testing. Go to the preview option and check out that our purchase event are working or not. So go to the preview, continue, and that is our website, and our tag assistant also connected our website. Just open a product page, add to cart, and just go to our cart, view cart, proceed checkout, and now finally we are come to the our purchase event. In the left side you can see that putting some billing details, and finally we have to click the place an order. All are set. Now we are check it out in tag assistant. We can see that our MP purchase tag is fired. In the left side we have to create the purchase, and the tag options we have to click it. See, our MP purchase tag is fired, and all of event parameters are showing here: content name, content type, content ID. We are purchasing the two product in our websites, that is showing here, and price are 700, currency, all of that. Now we go to our event manager, and here we can see that our purchase event are looking here with our all parameter which we are include our purchase event, that is value, currency, ID, and the product and content type. Finally, we are successfully set up complete Facebook pixel e-commerce tracking for view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, and the purchase event by using of Google Tag Manager. So thanks for watching this video. I will see you in the next video with a new topic. Thank you.